So we're going to start on our back. So go ahead and just recline all the way down. If it's comfortable for your low back, send the legs out long and either the arms out in a kind of a V shape by your body, or maybe if you want some chest opening, they could be out in a T shape. We're going to let the eyes close and start to just settle into our breath. So at the beginning here, you don't have to do anything to shift or change the breath necessarily. Simply directing your attention towards it is going to allow it to naturally deepen into the body. And it may take a few rounds, but eventually it's going to settle into the belly and the rib cage so that you're using your full lung capacity. And as you start to tune into the rhythm of your own breath, you're going to feel your body naturally begin to soften. So you might just scan through and notice the parts of your body that are touching the earth. Feel the shoulders press down, the hips sink in. Maybe the legs feel a little heavy. Give a little extra attention to your exhale. Allow that exhale to extend out so that it matches the inhale in length and quality. With your next inhale, you're just going to gently begin to reach the arms overhead and start to stretch the full body out. Maybe you roll out the wrists and the ankles. You might flex the feet really strong to start to feel the hamstrings turn on. And it's okay here if the rib cage expands upward and your low back lifts off the ground. And then use an exhale and gather the knees in towards the chest. It might feel good to lift the crown of the head towards the knees and just press into the palms or to the arms and round through the back. We'll relax the head all the way down and bring the hands right on top of the kneecaps and just start nice and easy with those circles with the knees. So just like you're drawing a big circle on the ceiling, your hands can remain on top of the kneecaps or they can rest alongside the body somewhere. Completely up to what you're feeling. And then go ahead and move in the opposite direction when it feels right. We'll let the knees come back to center, and we're going to move them in opposite directions from one another. So you might bring them in, forward, and then back together. And then reverse that direction. So maybe taking them forward, out, and then back in towards the chest. Maybe you take 2 or 3 more just like that. And then you're going to let the feet settle back to the mat. And maybe take them about the width of the mat, so a little wider than hip width distance. The arms are going to come out in a big T again, and you're going to just gently start to swish the knees left and right. I want you to move a little bit slower than you're naturally inclined to, so that your body has time to open up along that front quadricep muscle. It might feel nice to turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees as you twist. Whatever side you come to next, you're going to stay there and hold for 3 full breath cycles. You might look out over that opposite shoulder, let the eyes close, and just breathe into it. On your next inhale, let's just gently change sides and hold for 3 breaths. And then bring it all the way back to center. Walk the feet back in so they're about hip width distance apart, and then turn your palms face down alongside the body. With an inhale, you're going to curl the belly in so the pelvis tilts just a little bit. And then on the exhale, you're going to press through the feet, lift the hips up, and take the arms up and overhead. And then we're going to bring it all the way back down. So we're going to move through several of these rolling bridges, taking a deep breath, tucking the pelvis, lifting the hips up, and then releasing it back down. As always, let yourself flow with your own natural breath rhythm. It doesn't have to match mine. Make sure you're pressing strong through the soles of the feet and strengthening the quadriceps as opposed to just clenching the bum muscles and squeezing the glutes. They're active, but we want them to remain just about halfway engaged, not just fully turned on. The next time you're lifted, hold there. Arms are still overhead. You're going to take 3 breaths. Lift up. Good. Gently relax it all the way down. Send the right leg straight up towards the ceiling. See if you can clasp behind that right leg. It's okay if there's a bend in the knee. And you're going to point and flex that right foot a couple times. And then find a place where you can flex and hold. So the heel is pressing all the way up towards the ceiling, and the leg is as straight as feels comfortable in your body. From there, you're welcome to encourage it in just a little bit by tugging on the back of that leg. Beautiful. Cross the right ankle just above the left knee for that figure 4 shape. You can stay here or choose to pull the legs in, clasping the hands behind that left thigh. And here at the beginning, go ahead and let yourself sway a little bit left and right and just see where you might be holding the most tension. If you find the spot, maybe you just stay right there and breathe into it. Bring the left foot back to the mat, the right foot comes down. And we're gonna go ahead and send the left leg up and just point and flex a couple times. You might bend and straighten the leg. And then find the flexion in that foot, hold there, and maybe you give a gentle tug inward. Release the grip, cross the left ankle above the right knee, and gently pull in. And again, you can start that sway motion and just check out how this left side feels. We're here for one more full breath cycle. Bring yourself back through center. Both feet return to the mat, hip width distance apart. Now turn the palms face down again. Press strong through the shoulders. So I want the chest and the collarbone nice and open. Belly's gonna pull in, and we're gonna lift ourselves back up into a bridge pose and hold here. So you can rock a little bit onto the shoulders, but I want the palms to stay flat on the mat. Take a deep breath in here and see how it feels to send the right leg straight up towards the ceiling, foot flexed. One full breath. Keep the hips lifted, take that right leg down. Even out the weight And then see how it feels. Send the left leg up. Press strong through the right. Take one full breath. Release it down. Keep the hips lifted. Exhale, gently release. Beautiful. Gather the knees in and start to rock and roll your way up to a tabletop position. You're going to bring the hands right underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, and just start to flow through your intuitive movement. You guys are familiar with this. You can cat-cow, hip circles. If you're craving a child's pose or a down dog, you're welcome to go ahead and move into one of those. But as you move, keep the jaw soft. Check back in with the breath. That's the key or the tool that helps these muscles begin to open. When it feels right, you're going to travel all the way up into a down dog, just for a couple breaths. You pedal up the feet. You let your body settle. Go ahead and find stillness. Make sure the body's active. Thighs are engaged, belly's pulled in. Strong through those shoulders. You're going to pick up the left hand and reach it anywhere on the right leg. See if you can kind of look under that right armpit. Don't sink all the way into that shoulder. Keep pressing strong through the right palm. Left hand meets the mat. Even out your weight. And then pick up the right hand, bring it over towards the left. Good. Right hand meets the mat. Go ahead and sink down to the knees. Press yourself back into a child's pose. Stretch the arms as long down the mat as they're willing to go. With your next inhale, we're going to roll the body forward into a low plank position. So reach the fingertips down, spread them out, and then use your next inhale to lift up and find that strong low plank position. So the belly draws in, the shoulders are pulled back away from the ears. Take a breath here. On your exhale, squeeze the elbows in, lower flat to the belly. We're going to send both arms straight out in front of us. And with your next breath, lift up. Arms, legs, head, neck, and chest. Hold here. 3 breaths. Think about squeezing the legs towards one another. They don't have to touch. Good. Relax it down. Hands come in line with the chest. Press yourself back into a child's pose. Inhale, roll it forward, come to low plank. Active activate everything, and then use an exhale, lower flat to your belly. Extend the arms all the way out in front of you. Use your breath in, lift up. Hold here. Relax it down. Press back into child's pose. So we're going to take a couple more of these. You're welcome to start to move at your own pace. Rolling forward. Being mindful as you lower not to let the hips just plop down. You want to lower nice and even. You might play with the arms, taking them out wide and lifting up in a T shape. 3 breaths in our back bend. Connect with your breath and your body. You could even take the arms back behind you, interlock the hands as you lift. Okay, keep going. Let's move through one more. Your own pace. When you're complete, you rest in child's pose. And maybe the knees go wide. Maybe you relax the arms alongside the body. If the arms are back, go ahead and take them forward again. Start to lift yourself back into a down dog. With your next inhale, we're going to step right foot to right thumb. Take it nice and easy here, light on the fingertips. Go ahead and square the hips and lift up through the chest. Heart space is open. Keep the belly pulled in as you start to rise up. We're taking the hands behind the back, so either reaching back behind you or fingers interlocked. Press the knuckles away. Right. Release the hands, take them all the way up overhead. Hands come back down to the mat. Drop down to your left knee and start to just pulse back and forth, extending that right leg forward and back. As you come forward, the heart lifts. As you come back, you let the whole upper body relax. Good. Let's keep the right leg extended next time. Peel the toes back off the mat towards the upper body and just let your torso hang like a rag doll. Go ahead and tent the fingertips, lift up through the spine. We're gonna plant the left hand to the mat, keeping this right leg super active. I want you to inhale and lift the right arm up, big twist. Good. Right hand meets the mat. Go ahead and sink back into the right knee. Tuck the left toes under and step yourself back into down dog. Full breath. When you're ready, left foot comes to the left thumb. You're gonna get light on the fingertips. Be mindful of the hips. Exchange the breath. Good. Use those strong belly muscles. Start to lift up. Arms come back behind you. Unclasp the hands, reach them all the way up overhead. Big stretch. Both hands come all the way down to the mat. Drop down to your right knee. Lift up through the fingertips and then start that pulse. Left leg extends, and then you bend right back into it. Always mindful to make sure the knee stacks really close to the ankle. We're not letting it hover over the toes. The next time you've got that left leg extended, go ahead and flex the foot. Hold there. Let the torso hang heavy. Lift up a bit through the torso. Find that length. Right hand plants to the mat. Left leg stays strong as you inhale, lift. Left arm reaches towards the ceiling. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Sink back into the left knee. Plant the hands and extend that right leg. Take yourself back into a down dog. Exchange the breath. Good. We're going to move through that again, a little bit quicker this time. So on your next inhale, step the right foot through. Get the knee all the way over the ankle, light on the fingertips. Inhale, start to lift yourself up. Take the hands behind the back and press the knuckles away as you open up through the heart. Good. Unlock the hands, sweep the arms overhead. And then exhale, take them all the way down. Drop down to the left knee. Extend that right leg long. Plant the left hand to the mat and we'll take our twist. Right hand meets the mat. Sink back into the knee. Extend the left leg and step yourself back into a down dog. Beautiful. Left foot steps through. Light on the fingertips. Go ahead and stabilize. Find that lift as you're ready. Hands behind the back. Open up the heart. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Both hands meet the mat. Drop down to the knee and extend that left leg. Right hand plants, and we're going to reach the left arm up. Hold. Left hand comes down. Make your way back into down dog. Beautiful. We've got one more round. Right foot steps through. Go ahead and roll it up. Bring the hands behind the back. Open. Lift up overhead. Keep the belly strong. Hands to the mat. Left knee drops. Extend the right leg. Shift back. Left hand plants. Right arm reaches. And relax that right hand down. Make your way back into down dog. Left side. Left foot to the left thumb. Stabilize here and lift. Hands behind the back. Reach them up overhead. All the way down to the mat. Extend your left leg and find that twist. Right hand meets the mat, left arm lifts. Left hand comes down. Make your way back into down dog. Go ahead, take 3 deep breaths. Soften the jaw. With your next inhale, step the right foot forward. And we're going to ease up into that lunge. We're going to find a twist. You've got 2 options. One is left hand to the mat, right arm reaching. The other is twisting prayer. So the hands come together. You hook the outside of that left leg, of that left arm, on the right leg. Bring the hands to that prayer position, lift and lengthen. Whatever you choose, find your breath there. Of course, you can always drop to that back knee, perfectly fine. Find that even breath. Left leg is super strong. Do your best, rise back to center. Both hands to the mat. Step it back to down dog. Take 3 breaths. Beautiful. Left side, left leg steps up. Find your stability and then you lift. Same 2 options. Right hand to the mat, left arm reaching. Or hands at heart center. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left leg. If that's what you choose, you want to lengthen, grow long through the spine, and then twist. Unclench the jaw, deepen the breath. Nice and easy, come back to center. Both hands to the mat. Take it back into down dog. Take 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Clear it out. And then when you're ready, you're going to drop to the knees. If you'd like, you can grab that bolster and come into a supported child's pose for a few breath cycles. So bringing the bolster right between the knees, and then just turning your head to one side or another. Good. Let your body settle. Go ahead and turn your head to the other direction. Use your next few breaths to ease yourself out of that. We're going to keep the bolster with us and come into a deep hip opener. So you're going to keep your bolster situated on the mat in front of you. We're going to start with the knees under the hips, and you're going to start to just walk your knees out wide. Now, it is imperative that your hips stay in line with your knees in line with your ankles. And you're going to keep moving the knees wider until you find that sweet spot where you can still breathe, but there's sensation. When you find that, you can bring your hands down on top of the bolster. You can let yourself rest. It's completely up to you, but please make sure you are lined up with the knees, the ankles, and the hips. We're not here too long, so find that spot. Maybe you close your eyes, take a few nice deep breaths. If your body feels open and you don't need that bolster, you're welcome to press it to the side. Focus on those long exhales, maybe extending them out even longer than the inhales at this point. You might try inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 6 to 8. All right, to come out, put some pressure into your hands. And I like to just slide one leg in and then bring the other leg in. And just let yourself come back into a little ball. That's probably what you're craving. And then just roll yourself up and come all the way to seated. Let's send the legs out in front. And go ahead and move that fleshy part from the behind so that you're really nice and tall on the sit bones. And we're going to draw the toes back so the feet are flexed, the belly's pulled in. Let's take the hands in line with the hips. And just as if we were in a standing mountain pose, we're going to roll the shoulders, firm the belly, and pull the chin in. Find Dandasana, staff pose. Good. You can relax the upper body for a moment. We're going to take this right leg, and I want you to bring it left hand to the sole of the foot, right arm wraps around the knee, and take a couple of those rocks to loosen up the hip. And then we're going to bring it to stillness, and I want you to take the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, as if we were in a tree pose and standing. When you get there, energize that left leg, and I want you just to square the hips so they're like headlights forward. From here, you can bend the knee as deeply as you need to, but we're coming into a forward fold with a nice flat back. So shoulders pull back, the foot is flexed, that left thigh is active, and you're going to ease yourself into this. You do not have to grab anywhere on the leg, but you're welcome to. And again, that leg can be bent if that's more sustainable. Let your upper body relax into this now. Let the head drop. Inhale, start to roll yourself up. Draw the right knee in. Hug the left arm around and just take a twist here. Right hand behind the back, spine lifts. And then unwind, give yourself a little counter twist in the other direction. And we'll send the right leg out long. We're going to draw the left leg in and find that same rock. So bring the foot into the opposite hand and just start to move that hip with it. And when you feel complete with that, bring it back to stillness. Energize the right leg. Press the left foot to the right thigh, and then go ahead and shift the hips so they're nice and even. We start out with a straight back. So bend the knee if needed. Start to walk yourself forward with the spine nice and long. Loop the shoulders down. Imagine pulling your heart towards your toes. Now let your whole upper body relax. Start to roll yourself up. Draw the left leg in and prepare for the twist. Wrap the right arm around, left hand behind the back. Lift up. Unwind, take that little counter twist. And we come back to center. Go ahead and extend both legs out all the way. And you're going to bring your hands down in front of you. Pull the heart forward and flex the feet really strong. Try to keep the spine fully lengthened as you begin to fold forward. If you get to the point where the shoulders curl, just back out, re-lengthen. If you find it comfortable to grab somewhere on the knees, shins, or feet, you're welcome to do that. All right, and then draw yourself up. Last one before we lie down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Again, lift up long, no rounding in the back. And I want you just to draw the heart forward. Keep the spine fully lengthened. And then for the last few breaths, go ahead and round through the upper back. and then we'll come all the way up. So we're going to prepare to move back into rest pose. If the room that you're practicing in has a wall space where you could end and legs up the wall, I think that you'd find that pretty nice. If that space isn't available, just lie all the way back on your mat, maybe use your pillow and kind of find that comfortable place. Totally up to you. So allow yourself this first few moments to get situated, to let the body wiggle and fidget, to feel yourself kind of settle and melt into the support beneath and around you. And you might even find a couple big clearing breaths really helpful. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then when you get to that place, allow yourself to be in total stillness, complete rest in breath and body. Take a deep breath in. And give yourself a big sigh out. Invite a little movement in. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Start to feel into the joints, the wrists, the ankles, the neck, the shoulders. You'll take your time coming back to seated, maybe using the next minute or so to just move and ease your way back to that comfortable seat. When you get to seated, let's place a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly. Feel that connection with your own being, your own breath. Bring the hands together at the heart, honoring yourself. Namaste. Thank you guys.